Hey you guys, I'm Brian Paul, and it's time for some more PlayStation VR breaking news. There's a lot of PlayStation news to talk about today, some good and some bad. So let's get right to it, starting with the bad. President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment Jim Ryan announced today that the global economic environment is a challenge that many of you around the world are no doubt experiencing. We're seeing high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. Based on these challenging economic conditions, SIE has made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price of PlayStation 5 in select markets across Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, Latin America, as well as Canada. There will be no price increase in the United States. Now, this equates to roughly a $20 to $50 increase on the price of your PlayStation 5, depending on which model you're buying and which country you live in, with strangely no price increase for the US market. And I just have to say that this seems insane to me. Yeah, inflation is real, and the cost of manufacturing new PlayStation 5s may have gone up, but you have to imagine that Sony could have been more creative with this. I've got a ton of thoughts on the topic, but what I really want is to hear from you in the comments. What do you think? Is Sony just doing what they have to do, or is there a better way they could have handled this? And maybe more importantly, for all of you out there who haven't bought your PlayStation 5 yet, does this at all affect your decision to get one? On a slightly happier note, reports are coming in that the PlayStation VR2 version of Resident Evil Village will be playable on the show floor at TGS next month, which runs from September 15th to the 18th. And before I get a resounding so what from the naysayers out there, let me remind you that this is the very first time consumers will get to try PSVR2 and see what games actually look and play like with the new headset and Sense controllers. It'll be interesting to see if Sony will announce any other playable PSVR2 games for TGS, like the highly anticipated Horizon title Call of the Mountain. But maybe even more interestingly, a lot of people are speculating that Sony's presence at TGS and their willingness to actually let consumers go hands-on with their new headset could somehow add credibility to a Sony showcase blowing the lid off of PSVR2 happening prior to TGS in the first week or so of September. So let's hope there's some validity to that, because I think I speak for all of us when I say that we can't wait to see what Sony's been working on. And then finally, astute game cat Sir Puffles, dude, I love your name, saw that on PlayAsia.com some listings for PlayStation VR2 have gone up. Sure, they've got the headset listed and mentioned that pre-orders are opening soon, I think we all knew that. But they also have a separate listing for a pair of Sense controllers, which is nice for those of us who might want a backup set to rotate in and out while the other pair is charging. It's worth noting that they've also got some PSVR2 games listed here: Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village, and Ghostbusters VR. All for $70 each. Now, take this with a grain of salt, mostly because PlayAsia tends to have slightly inflated prices anyway. But even the PS5 Gold Edition of Village only goes for about $50 currently, and Capcom on their own website said that the PlayStation 5 version of Village will be compatible with PSVR2, meaning that they might not even release a new SKU. And from everything we know, Ghostbusters VR is just an enhanced port of the upcoming Quest game, so I highly doubt that that'll fetch $70 on PSVR2 either. Still though, with the Sony showcase looming on the horizon, it's kind of cool to see these listings pop up ahead of time. It does make me wonder though, how much are they really going to charge for Call of the Mountain? Alright you guys, it's all the breaking news I have for you today. But make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest PlayStation VR reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, and of course breaking news. As always, I'm Brian Paul, and I love you all.